All right, friends, welcome back to the Global Intel channel. Today we're going to be talking about Real ID. All right, folks, welcome back to the Global Intel channel. I have an interesting one today. Just kind of ran across. Thought I'd go over it and kind of remind you. This is more of a thing for you to keep into consideration, especially if you're traveling domestically. So, looking around and seeing, different information sources and different news and all that's going on for the day. And this one kind of caught my eye. This one has been a long time in the making. Well, after 9 to the 1-1 in the early 2000s, they came up with this idea to come up with an identification card that would help keep things safe, enhance security measures, all kinds of stuff like that. They'll have either a little flag or it'll say enhanced. So there are some demarcations, and 4 out of 5 people tend to already have these. But for that 1 out of 5, you might want to listen up. May 7th, 2025 is the date that they are going to be doing Real ID. Real ID is just a way to make it so domestic flight is more secure. Your identification is not as easily taken. It's not as easily reproduced and done in a nefarious way. This is just a way to keep people much more safe in their minds by making it so your identification is tough to hack, tough to reproduce, and just, you can travel from point A to point B. Now, they've been pushing this thing off for quite some time. It seems this might actually be the one. May 7th, 2025, they're going to be switching things over. They're already practicing all this in Miami airport. They've got things coming out and notifications for TSA and all that, and they're training up on it. There are kiosks. There are ways for all of this to happen. Well, they're going to try and implement this unless they push it off, and it's totally possible they've pushed it off before. But they're going to try and implement all of this and make it so when you're traveling domestically, not internationally, but domestically, you need to have a real ID. They should have this enhanced on there, a little flag, something that basically denotes that it is a real ID that is issued by your state governments on your driver's license or identification card. Once that gets in, when you travel, it just means that the security measures are going to be more tailored to those IDs. And if you don't have one, then you might be in a little bit of a trouble. So you might not be able to travel. You might not be able to hit your connecting flight. But they're all wondering, what is this going to look like? Where is this going to happen? How is this going to affect everybody? Are they actually going to do it after many times not doing it? If you don't have a real ID, what do you do? All these things are things that you should be considering. You should be thinking about what I need if I'm traveling domestically. We're going to be traveling over the summer. We will need, potentially a real ID. Good news is we have passports. If you have passports, then you should be okay. That's kind of accepted as well, but I'm sure those will be enhanced as well. But the big question is this just a way to kind of push things into a more, how do I put it, surveillance state where they're watching your every move, where they're making sure that you're being a good little boy by having all the right papers and everything that they ask when they say papers, please. All of that. Is this a way to hinder our freedom and maybe surveil a little bit easier, or is it going to actually keep us safe? That is the big question. So I will let you all answer that one on your own. But just know that May 7th, 2025, the Real ID is coming. All right, friends, thanks so much for being here. Hit the buttons and stuff. Help us out. Join us on the growing, slightly, Global Intel channel, and we will see you on the next video. Have a great day.